Wormwood here, and today I want to just give you a brief idea of what I've done with the Trickster Rogue. As I've mentioned in other videos, I like to build around a character's power. I think this is probably the only thing that's really they're not going to change in Neverwinter, so I like to build around the stealth ability of the Trickster Rogue. So I've kind of focused on that. One of the odd things that I've done to my Trickster Rogue I haven't seen before is I put my points in strength because it gives me a damage bonus, and charisma because it gives me combat advantage damage bonus, instead of going with a primary dexterity. Dexterity you lose critical strike. That's really your critical strike one. And you see here that I have a 32% critical strike, which a lot of people would say is ridiculously low. But this guy's not, his gear's 26, it's not real great, but I'll give you an overview of what my critical strike looks like. Now the abilities that I use, Lurker's Assault, I use this a lot, gives me a 20% or 30% increased damage when I use it. Build around action points. I'm going to my tactics for my action point gain 20%. Also, I like to use Infiltrator. This gives me 20% damage. And Shadow Strike. This refills my stealth, smoke bombs, and Path of Bleeds. It's kind of a different setup, but I like it. Impossible to Catch I use sometime on boss fights. I don't use it a lot, and I've built around action points for that. Lurker's Assault, a little bit of critical strike. I had a point through it in my HP. There, you have some damage bonus, and damage bonus. Want to do damage. Want to stay invisible and want to do damage. I've gone with the bottom path. Critical severity is just as good as a damage bonus, considering you're going to do some critical strikes. Even though we have 32% critical strike, I'll show you how it works. Critical severity, damage bonus, and now what I've done is I've built up into this top path. This gives me some lifesteal and deflection chance, 10% life deflection chance, but this is the reason I went this path, is to grab this 25% action point, 25% damage bonus when my action points are empty. I've gone between that one and this one here, which gives me 25% armor penetration when I'm stealthed. I tell you the truth, they kind of weigh out, but I believe I can get the armor penetration from other sources. So I'm with the action points right now. Let me show you how this works real quick, just to give you an overview. Notice the critical strike. We're dealing with 32% critical strike. So just notice my critical strikes. It's pretty decent. And I want to stay stealthed. Not bad on the crits, 32%. So what I've done is I've sacrificed a little bit of crit for that extra combat advantage damage by not going with my primary, but going with my two secondaries. And I think it works out well. It's just an idea. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can look me up on Facebook and YouTube under Wormwood. You'll help us reach our goals by subscribing to our channel. If you need a guild, shoot me a message. You can add me on Facebook. Xbox, if you want to run some, or if you need a guild. I have tunes in a number of alliances. We have the right spot for you. And I hope this helped. Fight on.